Welcome back to the Pink Floyd Completion Project. Today we're looking at the Dark Side of the Moon Redux. The level of dog shitness that this album has. Jesus Christ. Do not subject yourself to it. I beg of you. I really don't. This is a slap in the face to the original album, it's a slap in the face to the fans, and it's a slap in the face to Pink Floyd. Alright? Alright? It's just so fucking awful. Like, if I had an underlying heart condition, I would probably die from how high my blood pressure is right now. Alright? Right? So it starts off. It's like all the song titles, they're the fucking same from the original album. Alright? I will link my review of the original album below to show you how good it is. I'm probably going to listen to the original album after this just to remind myself how much of a masterpiece this is bastardizing. Alright? Speak to me. It quotes a song from Obscured by Clouds. It's the one where it's just like, the memories of a man in his old age are the thoughts of a man in his prime. Right, you know, the really happy one. Well, now it's just an 80-year-old man reciting those lyrics, which I guess gives them an extra level of poignancy. That's pretty much the only positive thing I have to say about this thing. There's two positive things I have to say about this thing, and the second one doesn't happen until Us and Them. Oh my god. Right, no, it's so bad. You know, and then Breathe, like, when it hit Breathe, I was already pissed. Alright? It's just, you know, the musicianship is shit. Like, he's Wallified Dark Side, which is not what I want from Dark Side, and he just, oh my god. And I didn't even, you put an instrumental of this, you know, version of Breathe on, I wouldn't recognize what the fuck it was. I probably wouldn't even notice it at all. It's so low energy. It's just so bad. It's so bad. The lyrics are the same, so at least he doesn't have, you know, a stupid fucking monologue. But he does on the next one, like, On the Run. It's a stupid fucking monologue with absolutely no relation to the theme of On the Run. On the Run is like, you know, travel and anxiety and, you know, young adulthood and shit, and it conveys all of that with like a sped up 8-note sequencer, you know, and just a couple of sound effects, no lyrics, and yet he feels the need to put in a stupid fucking monologue that has nothing to do, and the synth sounds sound like they're made for an Atari game. It's, oh my god. You know, like, yeah, the 8-note sequence is in there, yeah, but it's, you know, it's slower and it sounds like it's from an Atari game. It's so god awful. And I'm going to be saying that a lot in however long this video turns out to be. It's probably going to be getting up close to 20 minutes. Jesus fucking Christ, this album. And then, you know, and then Time, the monologue from On the Run bleeds over. It bleeds over. Once the lyrics kick in, it becomes almost an MTV Unplugged type thing. This whole album almost feels like Roger's attempt to do something similar to what David Gilmour did on his in-concert release. Like, it's so, like, but he, you know, he tries, and he fails miserably. He fails so insanely miserably. Alright, like, the guitar solo is replaced with a shitty fucking organ solo, which is better than having it replaced with a stupid, unrelated monologue, but it's still bad. It's still really fucking dog shit. Taking the guitar solos out of any Pink Floyd album is a sin. That is a sin. That is, I don't even know what to equate this to. That's like eating a cheeseburger without the cheese. Like, what the fuck, dude? What's the point? The fuck is the point? Oh my god. And then Great Gig in the Sky, the music still sucks, and then we've got yet another god-awful monologue, and we've got humming to something somewhat resembling what Claire Torrey did on the original. Oh my god. It's bad. It's really, really, really fucking bad. And then we get to money. And when it comes to this instrumental, if if the instrumental version of this happened to come on, I don't know if that exists, it probably does, but you take the vocals out of this version of Money, at least I would recognize what the fuck it was if I heard it initially. Alright? Largely because, that riff is iconic. And you would probably recognize it, pitched up and slightly sped up if it was sampled somewhere. It's, oh my god. Roger says, at one point, Roger says, "Welcome to hell," which is an accurate assessment of where my head was. Or it still is. It's an accurate assessment of where you are if you ever find yourself listening to this piece of fucking bullshit. Oh my god. And then the solo is replaced by another stupid fucking poem, stupid fucking monologue. I don't know what the fuck they are. It's bad. Stupid. Shit. Oh my god. Us and Them, the piano riff is replaced with a bass. And in terms of the low energy part, like the us and them, I'm singing it from the real version of this album. When it comes to that, it is, it's closest in spirit to the original song, but the music still sucks, but at least there's no stupid fucking monologue or stupid fucking poem to, come in and ruin the instrumental portions, which also suck. Those ruin themselves purely by just existing. The only quality of this album comes from the fact that it's essentially a really shitty remake of a very, very classic album that everybody still loves. Alright? It's like when in the Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's like how that where the only real decent parts of that movie come from the source material rather than its own merit. It's, oh my Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Any color you like, music sucks, once again, Roger won't stop fucking running. And then by the time I got to Brain Damage and Eclipse, I had basically written down all of my original thoughts, because it's just more of the same, the music still sucks, right, and these lyrics should hit. The lyrics of Brain Damage and Eclipse, they should really hit. This should be a great musical height. And all I felt was disappointment and anger by this point of the album. Oh my god, by the time this got to its end, I'm still pissed. I'm still pissed I listened to it 10 minutes ago, and I'm still fucking pissed off. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm still probably gonna be pissed off 10 minutes after I'm done making this fucking thing. Don't bother. Don't fucking bother. This shouldn't exist. This shouldn't exist. This sounds very similar to the Lockdown sessions, right? So Roger has very clearly found a sound that he likes fiddling around with in the studio, right? And I feel like it would have been better for him to make an album of original material with original lyrics with this feeling, rather than bastardize a bunch of his old, Dark Side of the Moon and 5 Floyd hits, and then, a song off of Amused to Death on the Lockdown sessions. Oh my god. Oh my god. Although, even then, it would just be probably 40 minutes of hearing the same fucking thing over and over, very similar to Is This the Life We Really Want? But, oh my god. This, at least it would be original and not a bastardization. It would be shit on its own merit. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna leave you with this. If you take the lyrics out of the original Dark Side of the Moon album, you are still left with about 45 minutes of some of the greatest instrumental work ever put to vinyl in history. You take the lyrics out of this, and, you take all vocals out of this, what are you left with? Really bad attempts at recreating that music. It's it sucks. This album really does suck. It's, oh my god. Like, oh my god. Jesus Christ. I cannot convey just how awful of an experience this was. Actually, no, I can. I'd rather watch the movie Frozen again rather than listen to this again. Alright? And I fucking hate that movie. Especially the soundtrack. So, how bad is it that I would rather listen to the worst music I have ever been subjected to, right? Outside of, like, subtract Dark Side of the Moon Redux. I would rather watch the worst movie I have ever seen again, which is Frozen, rather than listen to this again. How bad does something have to be for me to say, yeah, Frozen is a better experience than this? I will link the Dorkies episode that me and my buddies made of us watching that movie, because I lost a bet. Which is what led to that video being created. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. If you want to hear me talk about something other than music, go subscribe, go listen to my podcast that I have with two of my buddies. It's called Dorkies, which I will link the Frozen episode of that in the description below, as opposed to the most recent one, as I normally do. If you have something to add, if you have a differing opinion than me on this, please let me know. Please, how I could be able to, salvage some modicum of decency out of this piece of shit. Please let me know how I can do that in the comments section down below. And if you want to hear what I happen to be listening to that day, or a 15-second segment at least, you can follow me on Instagram at Sean_Heaster1979. I post a 15-second segment of a song on my story there every single day. And with that, I would like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. I need some fucking bacon.